Hi 7th grade, welcome to your first video for review for the 7th grade New York State math test. Just want to give a little shout out to all my subscribers. Make sure you are writing down everything that I write because this is counting for a test grade, and make sure to star any questions that you don't understand how I explain it so that I can go over it with you when we get back from break. Number 1. Point P is shown on the number line below. The distance between point Q and point P is 6.5 units. What number could represent point Q? Well, you have to remember that distance means difference. Difference means subtraction. So if point P is -4, I want to know a number that is 6.5 units away from -4. So if we do 6.5 units to the left, let's count on the number line how far that would be. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5 would be at -10.5. Is that any of our options? Nope. So let's go 6.5 units to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5 would be at 2.5. Is that any of our options? Yep. C. There's the answer. Number 2. Miss Gartland bought X number of shirts for the new members of her chorus. The cost for X number of shirts, including $3.99 shipping, was $77.49. Each shirt cost $12.25. There were no sales tax on this purchase. Which equation can be used to find X? Well, $3.99 should be by itself because that is shipping. That is a base price. So I'm going to put 3.99. But we're also paying per shirt. Each shirt is $12.25, but we don't know how many shirts we're buying. That's why we have X, and the total is $77.99, which is what all the equations equal. So we're looking for the equation that matches the one we just wrote. And I see it in D. The only reason that it's flip-flopped is remember that addition could be commutative. Commutative means you can change order. Commutative. C-O, change order. Commutative property. Like 3 plus 12 is the same thing as 12 plus 3. Number 3. Which representation shows a proportional relationship between X and Y? Remember, a proportional relationship means it has a constant of proportionality. The line is straight and it goes through the origin. So A cannot be it because we do not go through the origin. B cannot be it because it does not go through the origin. For C and D, we have to find that constant of proportionality. Remember, K equals Y divided by X. So for C, 8 divided by 2 equals 4. 16 divided by 4 equals 4. 24 divided by 8 equals 3, and 32 divided by 12 is not a whole number. So it cannot be C because 4, 4, and 3, and the last one's not 4. The next one, 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. 6 divided by 4 is 1.5. 12 divided by 8 is 1.5. And 18 divided by 12 is 1.5. So the constant proportionality is the same for all the points, so D is proportional. Number 4. Every 5 years in March, the population of a certain town is recorded. In 1955, the town had a population of 4,500 people. From 1995 to 2004, the population increased by 15%. From 2000 to 2005, the population decreased by 4%. What was the town's population in 2005? First thing we have to do is find the increase. The population increased by 15%. So remember, a part over whole, 15 goes over 100. And 4,500 is what we're starting with, so that goes in the bottom. We need to find X. So we're going to cross multiply. X times 100 is 100x. 4,500 times 15 is 67,500. divide both sides by 100, cancels out on the left, and x equals 675. But 675 isn't the total amount of people. Remember, it's an increase, so we have to add 4,500 plus 6,075. Plus 675. This is 5, 7, 11, carry the 1, 5,175. So that was the population after those years where it increased. But then it decreased. It decreased by 4%. So now we're going to set up a new proportion, and we put 4 over 100. And our new total is 5,175, and we don't know what x is. So then we cross multiply. X times 100 is 100x. 4 times 5,175 is 20,700. Divide both sides by 100. This cancels out on the left, and x equals 207. But again, remember, that is not the amount of people there are. That is the decrease. So we need to subtract 5,175 minus 207. So you have to borrow, bring over the 1. This is 8, 6, borrow again. 4,868. I'm sorry. When I borrowed, this should have been an 11, not a 10. An 11 minus 2 is 9. So 4,968, which is answer B. Okay, next one. Number 9. The measure of one side of a square is s plus 3 inches long. Which pair of expressions both represent the perimeter of the square? Remember, perimeter is every side along. So this is s plus 3, s plus 3, s plus 3, s plus 3. So we have to do it 4 times. So s plus 3 plus s plus 3 plus s plus 3 plus s plus 3, that works. So it's not A or B, but it could be C or D. C or D, which one is it? It is D, because you want to multiply everything by 4, not just the s, because there's also 4 3s. Number 10, which expression has the same value as 59.2 minus 84.7? What we could do is we could find out what that value is, 59.2 minus 84.7. And try them all, trial and error. So we're looking for negative 25.5. So A doesn't give it to us, B doesn't give it to us, C doesn't, but D does. Number 11. Winston needs at least 80 signatures from students in his school before he can run for class president. He has 23 signatures already. He and 2 of his friends plan to get the remaining signatures during lunch. If each person gets the same number of signatures, which inequality can Winston use to determine the minimum number of signatures each person should get so he can run for class president? Well, the first thing we need is he needs at least 80 signatures. So I'm going to cross off A and B because our inequality should be going towards 80. And now we just need to figure out which way the sign needs to be facing. He needs at least 80. If he got 80 or more, that would be fine, because getting more is at least. So that would be C. What his friends collect plus what he already has can be greater than or equal to 80, and he will become class president. Number 12. In the morning, a farm worker packed 3 pints of strawberries every 4 minutes. In the afternoon, she packed 2 pints of strawberries every 3 minutes. What was the difference between her morning and afternoon packing rates in pints per hour? So if she packed 3 pints in 4 minutes. We need to convert to figure out how many that would be in 1 hour. Well, 1 hour is 60 minutes. So we need to figure out what 4 times what gives me 60. And I can do that by doing 60 divided by 4. It's 15. So I multiply by 15. 3 times 15 is 45. So in the morning, she does 45 pints of strawberries in an hour. Then in the afternoon was 2 pints in 3 minutes. And I want to find out how many pints she can do in 60 minutes. So that's multiplying by 20. So this gives us 40. Then the difference means to subtract. So we do 45 minus 40. So the difference is A. Notice that both answers of 40 and 45 were here because they try and trick you with multiple choice by putting in answers that they think you'll get if you don't read the entire question. You need to go back and say, did I answer the question? The question was, what was the difference between her morning and afternoon rates? Number 13. Which expression makes the equation true for all values of x? So we have 16x minus 16, and then we have what we call factoring. They pulled out a 4, which means they divided out the 4. When you divide out the 4, what do you have left? 16 divided by 4 is 4x. Negative 16 divided by 4 is negative 4. So I'm looking at A. Number 14. Which number is equivalent to 43 divided by 12? Well, all you have to do is recognize, remember I say that a fraction looks like a division symbol. So you just do 43 divided by 12 and you get 3.58333. They're checking to make sure you understand what does that line mean above. This is repeating. Only the 3's are repeating. So only the 3 should have the line above it. It is B. Mr. Santiago needs a total of 406 forks for his restaurant. He currently has 278 forks. If each set has 12 forks, what is the minimum number of set of forks he should buy? So he needs 406, but he already has 278. So we subtract to find out how much more he would need. So we're going to have to borrow. Double borrow. 16 minus 8 is 8. 9 minus 7 is 2. And this is 1. So he needs 128 more forks. Each fork set comes with 12 forks. So if we do 128 divided by 12, I think we get 10 point something. Let's see, 128 divided by 12. Yep. It equals 10.6 repeating. So if we buy 10 sets of forks, are we going to have enough? No. But if we buy 11, we will have enough and we will just have a few forks left over. But again, here, look, 128 was an option. That would be if you just were trying to find out how many more forks he needed if you didn't read the question. Each set has 12 forks. How many sets of forks should he buy? All right, last one for today. If the expression below has a positive value, which inequality represents all possible values of x in the expression? Well, I need to figure out what x could be to get the answer to be a positive number. But we know a negative times a negative has to equal a positive. So any number that x is has to be a negative number. So x needs to be less than 0. So it can't be b and it can't be d because both of those are positive numbers. If it was equal to 0, the answer negative 3 times 0 would just be 0, which is not a negative number either. So it has to be just less than 0, not anything equal to 0 or greater. Okay, 7th grade, I hope you enjoy your break, your first day of break. Get outside, play, and I will see you tomorrow. Well, you'll hear me tomorrow. Bye.